Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, this violent truck crash chase that happened in LA by a non-Black American male. Now, the crash itself was definitely unbelievable. But at the same time, you still got people that just want to sit there and focus on trying to see what Black American males are doing, right? And even though, again, collectively, American Black folks are not the overall most violent people across every single criminality category, but, people don't talk about that, right? That is personnel within certain parts of the Palm-based culture, numbers of males. Right, the personnel who does the most drug offenses is not personnel of Black Americanists. The personnel who commit the most white collar crimes, right, embezzlement, fraud, is not numbers of personnel of American Blackness. But you see the game of that, right? Keep the focus off the people who commit the most crimes, right? To commit the most acts of mass shootings, right? To commit the most acts of fentanyl usage, opioid usage, right? But at the same time, tell them, well, it's not their problem, right? Nothing about just say no. You see how these games go, right? So let me go ahead and share my screen on this. Hold on, let me close this out first and show my screen on this one. Give me one moment. Okay. All right, here we go. Make sure you can see that. All right. Okay.
What's going on?
Central. My gosh.
Stu, what are we looking at?
Oh, hey, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of multitasking. No, he crashed. He crashed.
Uh-oh.
There he is. He's coming out. Anyway, so, yes, I understand that. So what's going on is a pursuit here in the downtown area. As you can see, it's very, very difficult because we have the buildings out here, extremely high speeds. What the vehicles wanted for, can't really tell you what the original want was, but I can tell you this driver, very reckless. That pickup truck's been fishtailing, been up on sidewalks, driving over islands and on the wrong side of the road. Very many close calls. You saw another fishtail right there. These buildings making it very difficult to keep an eye on it, and that's one of the reasons why they keep re-engaging that pursuit, because the helicopter, the PD helicopter that's over it, also having those same difficulties. You can see this. This is one of those ones where I am very, very sensitive about what we're doing and what we're showing because of the fact that this thing has been so all over the road and all over, like I said, a couple times on the sidewalk. These high speeds and this very, very erratic driving.
We'll fast forward just a little bit. Right here.
Reckless driving definitely continues, and that is what's concerning LAPD more than anything else, is the safety of the public.
That is very concerning, Stu. He's weaving in and out of one-way lanes, and then there's a lot of pedestrians too in that area. And a lot of people who are up on the sidewalk, as you can see. It doesn't seem like that makes any difference to this driver. Look at how he's fishtailing all crazy over the road. And that's when nobody is really actively pursuing him right now. I'm sure that LAPD has been cautioned to kind of keep their distance.
What's especially dangerous about this, as this pursuit goes and weaves its way into the downtown area, the downtown corridor, obviously they're extremely busy. You see homeless encampments there. You see lots of people on the streets and sidewalks. You see the vendors as well. And this is happening at a very high rate of speed on surface streets. And so that's a huge danger there when you have so many pedestrians and cars in intersections. It is
Getting
super,
close.
super dangerous.
Getting close.
And this driver showing no signs of slowing down or stopping while these black and whites are right on his tail in pursuit of this. Also, this is such a high rate of speed here, so you can't really even anticipate where this driver might be going. It looks like he's going every which way through the downtown area, Stu.
That's for sure, every which way. And this is the reason why they did re-engage the pursuit a couple of times. The lights and sirens at least giving some of these folks warning about what's going on. Looks like we're making our way out of the downtown area, which might be a plus. I think we might have some issues getting into the Bravo if he starts heading a little bit more south. That's the LAX airspace because of the fog, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. There he goes, making another turn. So now he's on Washington, so at least we're not going into the LAX airspace. The speeds might have slowed down just a little bit, but whoa, there!
Oh my
gosh! And that a little bit more south. That's the LAX airspace because of the fog, but we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. There you go. He's making another turn. So now he's on Washington. So at least we're not going into the LAX airspace. The speeds might have slowed down just a little bit, but whoa, there!
Oh
my
gosh! And that vehicle actually went into a basement. That is a basement area right there. There you go. You got the suspect climbing out of the vehicle. And basically trying to run. LA.
No, that's not a black man. And the thing about it, the Los Angeles demographics, number one is within Hispanism, which within Hispanism is going to be Mexicans. And I think they make up close to or more than half of the Hispanic group in LA. And there is a purpose of agenda to that, by the way, because there's definitely some anti-American black hatred by certain numbers within Hispanicism, by the way. And then the second largest population is generically white. And then third is generically Asian, even though Asia is a continent and it's made up of 40-some plus groups in the demographics, right? But they are trying to make it seem like it's just a certain, few. Armenia is an Asian country, right? Beside India, Pakistan, Iran, certain parts of Russia. You see how that game goes, right? And then the fourth, a large population in LA is basically black or black Americans, and however someone's a black adjacent or some tethers that try to slot under that black banner. But regardless, the fourth largest population in Los Angeles is black Americans, right? And this right here was not a black American that was doing this heinous truck police chase that crashed into this vehicle. But watch the kind of person who they're going to talk about and how they just completely lose focus on the violent non-black male who did this.
PD, they've got to be somewhere nearby.
They have to be.
But I'm really concerned about those anybody that's in that car, the driver, of course. But you can see that it actually flipped over and went into, fell at least a story. That is a basement. It might be a little difficult to see. I don't know what this driver is doing down there. It looks like he almost wants to go and see if they're wants to help. But anyways, LAPD's got to be making their way over here as quickly as possible. But that actually is a
situation right now.
And look at him. He just walking like it ain't nothing. So he's probably high on something, right? But we got people want to pay attention to what black American males are doing, right?
Yes, definitely. And driver. And, okay, there's
look at this.
They're arriving, and of course that.
And you see, they're not trying to knock them out or treat them inhumane, nothing like that.
Helicopter, the PD helicopter saw that crash as well. They made that call immediately, just as we saw it happening live. They're going to take this guy into custody, and of course, they were going to check on those persons in that vehicle, but also making access to those persons.
You see how they just treated him with humanity, and so people who know if this would have been an American black male, and he caused that type of wreck, right? With certain history of certain people within certain areas up there. oh, he would have been most likely thrown down, right? And then, even worse, depending on who you get, boom, 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 right?
That might be a little bit difficult.
Okay, someone
you
needs
got
to
some
get
of the
to that
boys in
person.
blue.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of
How
barbed
are you gonna
wire
get down there?
around this empty lot.
That's
As you said,
fencing?
it
Yeah.
almost looks like it's an abandoned lot, and perhaps they were digging deeper into the ground, or took away some of the building there, and there's a step down, or almost like a basement area that.
Engine's still running. That what we're seeing right there. And then you also have to figure must have fallen at least 10 feet into that.
Way streets, weaving in and out of traffic. At one point, getting up on the sidewalk.
It's not good as far as that innocent person or persons inside that upside.
Just how this happened. Wow, the person and the speed so fast that the SUV flipped over into that empty lot.
And you're
Oh, there
estimating,
she
Stu,
is.
that the drop was about 10 feet?
Oh, wow, the person is
Yeah, it's
outside
probably
the
about
vehicle.
10 feet.
Look
Yeah,
at
she's outside the vehicle.
Okay.
She climbed out the other side. Actually, Dylan was
Wow.
saying that the PD ship was telling us that the driver is out of the vehicle, climbed out the other side. So you got her. You
my
can see
goodness.
visibly injured and shocked. I can
Yeah.
imagine. And this is the thing. I am sure she doesn't even know what happened.
But you got people want to pay attention, see what Black American males are doing. Right? See how that little disgusting tactic goes. But if you start saying, hey, let's pay attention, see what these other personnel are doing, and see the kind of criminality they're doing. Let's look at white collar crimes and white on white criminality and immigration and probably immigration criminality. This is what they do. Yep. See how that goes, right? But at the same time, you want people to sit there and also want this to right here continuously to happen. Right here. Right? Look at this. This is what they want to continue to happen in various parts of California and in various other places, but don't want anybody sitting there protecting the borders, right? Yeah, just come on over. Don't worry about being stopped, but let Black Americans try to do that going across that southern border. See what happens. Yeah. See, so you see how those games continue to keep happening, right? All right. The irony of these hypocrisy type of agendas. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show.
An eye on it. There he goes, making another turn. So now he's on Washington. So at least we're not going into the LAX airspace. The speeds might have slowed down just a little bit, but whoa! There!
Oh, goodness!
No!
Oh my goodness!
Issues getting into the Bravo if he starts heading a little bit more south. That's the LAX airspace because of the fog. But we're definitely going to keep an eye on it. There he goes, making another turn. So now he's on Washington. So at least we're not going into the LAX airspace. The speeds might have slowed down just a little bit, but whoa! There!
Oh, goodness!
No!
Oh my goodness!
My gosh! And that vehicle actually went into it.